Thunderdome is a purpose-built 1.1-mile NASCAR track located on the grounds of Calder Park Raceway in Victoria, with its double dogleg front stretch and start line located on the straight rather than on the apex of a curve. The Thunderdome, modelled on the scaled-down version of the famous Charlotte Motor Raceway, has 24 degrees banking on all turns, while the front stretch is banked at 4 degrees and the back straight at 6 degrees. The Thunderdome was completed in 1987, but can trace its roots back over 20 years previously, when Australian motorsport icon Bob Jane struck a deal with Bill France Jr., the head of NASCAR, to bring stock car racing to Australia, and plans were laid out for a high-banked oval adjacent to the existing motor park. Ground first broke on the track in 1983 and took 4 years to complete. It was built at the cost of $54 million, with Jane personally contributing over $20 million of his own money. Due to lack of such knowledge in Australia, during construction, Jane was forced to bring in engineers from the US who had experienced in high-banked motor speedways. The Thunderdome was officially opened in August 1987, and the first race at the Thunderdome was held just 2 weeks after its opening. The first NASCAR race that used only the oval was the Goodyear Nascar 500, held on 28th of February 1988, and was the first time a NASCAR track was built outside the US. This is the first time a NASCAR event had been staged outside of North America, and proved so popular that many of the same drivers returned for another race held at the Thunderdome that December, the Christmas 500. The Thunderdome went on to host numerous NASCAR events as well as numerous OzCar events until that series ended in 2001. With NASCAR vehicles able to lap the track better than 140 miles per hour, Thunderdome was generally regarded as the fastest racing circuit in Australia. OzCars were generally able to lap the Thunderdome at approximately 126 miles an hour. So why is this premier track, the Thunderdome, stand abandoned and vacant, with the track barely seeing any use? Join me today and we'll see what's left of this NASCAR-crazed era.
Hello and welcome on the Australian Television Network to our telecast of the Goodyear 500, the first NASCAR stock car race ever held outside of North America. And of course it's being held at the Calder Thunderdome in Melbourne. A special welcome to our viewers throughout the United States and Europe. What a special event this is going to be for them as well. A great day here in Melbourne, a little cloud around but otherwise sunny. South to southeasterly winds strengthening this afternoon. Top temperature 21 degrees, I reckon it's reached that already. Let's go to Mike Raymond now to look at the history of NASCAR racing and its big move down under.
Got another background photo. Turn if you're in OzCar, if that makes any sense at all. This is the back wall. So they've been doing something here. Looks like these were nearly like protector boxes for the filming. And this is it. This is the Bob Jane Thunderdome, which I think still holds still holds as the fastest racetrack in Australia. Look at the angle of the road. I'll try and keep the camera straight. We're always like on a real raked angle. This is truly unbelievable. Like, this was all pretty much created by one man's money and one man's dream. And that was to bring NASCAR to Australia. And it did really well. This place got packed out for the early years. And now it's just sitting here after 10 years of not being used professionally or in racing. It's just used for hiring and the occasional joyride and drifting. And that's it. It's testament to Bob Jane. It's just fallen apart. There's just so many remnants of what it once was. This track is no means abandoned, but pretty much the idea of it is.
The impressive Calder Thunderdome measures 1¼ miles or 2.01 kilometres with a pair of 24-degree bank corners.
Incredible. We're standing right up now where they dropped the flag for all these great races. Some of the best American NASCAR drivers came out here and raced here, and so many great Australians as well. This place has seen so much history, and it's such a shame that it's all fallen apart around it. But you're still at the track. It still looks bloody awesome, and I think it's still the fastest track in Australia. But the rest of it, it's a shell of its former self. Or it was a corporate box. It's pretty crazy. Roof's completely caving in there. I wouldn't trust this floor for a second.
This is weird. What? I don't know. Does that have
It's got a mount on it all, so I can't.
yeah. Alright, well,
In the end, the popularity of our own V8 supercars in Australia, NASCAR wasn't a sport Australians were looking for, and with that, Bob Jane's vision of NASCAR Down Under didn't turn out the way he wanted it to. This track was such an undertaking and created the first NASCAR track outside of America and still stands as the fastest track in Australia. Thunderdome is a testament to one man's idea to bring a race he loved to Australia and put his own money on the line to achieve it. Today this track stands with little use, only being used for drifting events and occasionally being used in conjunction with the main track, where there are groups trying to bring back AusCar back to its glory days, but will probably never hit the peak it saw in the 80s and 90s. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to follow, like and share this with anyone you think would enjoy it. But until next time guys, my name's Matt, this has been Panda Garage, and I'll see you all very soon.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
The two winners of the NASCAR circuit this year, pole sitter Neil Bonnet, winner of the Richmond 400 last weekend, and on the outside of the front row, Bobby Allison, who of course won the Daytona 500 a fortnight ago. Pace car might be just about ready to head to pit lane.
Pace car being driven by John Harvey.
Yes, and the pace car comes off the racetrack and we're about set for the start. Under the control of Bill Gazaway of NASCAR, the field comes down for the start. It'll be a slow one, obviously, and it's Bonnet on the inside, and Bonnet will get the jump. Bonnet is away. Bobby Allison trails. Alan Grice did not miss the start. He moves up very quickly on them, and Robin Best, in fact, was very, very slow to get away. Bonnet will lead the